Welcome back, everyone. It's Abdallah here along with Roman, and we are on board with a brand new episode of the Fire Emblem Heroes Podcast. Episode 8, welcome to it. What's happening, Roman? How are you, man?
Hi, Abdallah. It's my pleasure to be here again.
Oh man, I am so pumped up because there's a lot of awesome Fire Emblem Heroes news that we're going to be covering in our podcast. So if you guys have not seen our Fire Emblem Heroes podcast, go check out the previous 7 episodes by clicking on the playlist link in the description below, and you guys should be all set with that. If you guys want to interact with us, feel free to ask us questions in the comments. Of course, join the conversation on Twitter, hashtag FEH Podcast, and at the end of our podcast, we will absolutely address all of your questions and comments and all that awesome feedback. So without further ado, Roman, we got a lot to talk about, huh?
Yeah, there's a new 2.5 update, a lot of topics, quality of life updates, new banner, a lot of things.
Oh, totally. So we're going to go straight from the top. Here's what we're going to be talking about on today's episode of the podcast. We're going to talk about the new 2.5 update and all the things that we kind of hinted at the last time. We're going to talk about some brand new refinements, some new banners, some new arena elements, grand conquests that happened not too long ago. We got some free items, some demotions, and of course, new storylines. So stick around to the very end so that you guys can learn all about what's happening other than just reading out on screen. We're going to go through all these in very good detail. So anyway, I'm ready for it. 2.5 update. That's been a while since we've actually, gotten another one, and now there's a lot of great things. I would say this is one of the best updates ever. What do you think? It's a good one.
You're saying this because they finally removed the enemy phase music.
That is exactly why. It's a different experience now. When you're playing the game and you're going on auto battle and doing your rounds, your dailies, you can turn off the enemy phase music and you can actually listen to the music now. It only took us, like a year and a half to... Oh gosh. Anyway.
It was a very popular request, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then now that request is finally done, what's everyone else going to be requesting? You know, there's a lot of things. So, of course, if you guys have any other requests of what you'd like to see happen in newer updates, please let us know. Tweet at us at the FEH Podcast hashtag. All right, so let's take a look. We'll go one by one just to kind of show you guys what's happening. We won't go into Arena just yet, but Arena did get a change. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. So yeah, moving on. Weapon refinery, dude. I guess we're just gonna talk about everything. Let's just go from the top, man. Yeah. All right. So we'll just go from the top. Here we go. So the arena's got a new refresh. Now, as you guys can see over here, it has been changed since the last time we've done it. They had some maintenance go on, and now instead of doing 7 wins in a row in order to get your score, and now it's just 5 wins in a row. So I'll show you exactly what that looks like. And then Roman, why don't you tell us? What kind of side effects does changing the arena core, like pretty much the main mode of the game that a lot of people look forward to week in week, like what kind of repercussions and what kind of pros and cons do we have now that it's changed to 5 battles in a row?
So overall, it's a little bit hard to say because this literally just, I think yesterday it was updated, and it was long maintenance, and it seems like from the coloring they have added to Arena and Arena Assault that they want Arena to be like an easier mode. So they're giving your bonus heroes the Tempest Trial bonus stats, which is ridiculous. Plus 10 HP and plus 4 to all stats. I was using my Sharena earlier, and together with the Fury stats, it was like an armor unit at that point. Right, and it's just 5 battles. You get the rewards immediately. They basically replaced the previous offense reward, and it's the same reward except it's 500 more feathers and an additional orb.
Right.
So not that much of a change, except that you get them instantly now. Yeah, you get 3,000 feathers after your first battle, which feels pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Possible side effects of this is that like a lot of people are going to try to rank in Arena higher now. Like even people who had trouble with at the edge of tier 17, 18. There's a lot of those people, more than maybe I am aware of, more than most people I interact with are aware of. It's like a lot of the player base is struggling in middling tiers, and that might be a reason. Like they might be getting a lot of feedback from those kinds of players, so they made it easier to compete. So those players are going to try to rank higher, and which this might drive the scores a little bit up. And I have to say, it doesn't feel as good to score now 4,000 and below scores. It's a little bit of a weird feeling.
Right, yeah. I mean, I tried it for the first time yesterday, and I got 3604, and I kind of felt bad. I'm like, dude, I usually break 4,000 every week, but it's only 5 battles. And like you said, it's going to be a lot more competitive now that if you're going to be jumping into the arena mode, you have your bonus unit that has a huge stat buffs. So, but inversely, it doesn't matter on your defensive team. So, I mean, is it going to be a lot harder getting those defensive wins now that everyone has like one bonus unit that's super buffed up? I don't know. I don't even think I got.
It depends. I think it depends. Like the people I interact with, the really competitive people with high merged cores, plus 30 cores, they score, like their defensive score that high that so many people are fighting that maybe hundreds of people we don't know, that they still get a ton of defense wins within minutes. Maybe 25 defense wins when the season starts.
Right, I got to work on some sort of defensive team core or something. I have no idea. But anyway, so that's the new arena. If you guys have been intimidated about jumping into arena and like, oh, I don't know, tiers and rankings and player versus player, I guess. If you guys are intimidated about that, don't worry. Just give it a shot. Get at least your 5 battles, your rewards, and then try to do some rankings. There's some pretty good rewards along with that. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. They didn't change up Arena Assault at all, aside from the new coloration on the outside, so nothing really to worry about with that. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so let's take a look. We got some new weapon refinery. All right, so yeah, like Claire. Let's talk about Claire for a little bit. Claire's got the new like wing sword, which is, or sorry, what is that? Wing spear. It's got like a wing spear. It's the Ramphaya. It's super effective against armors and, of course, the cavalry unit. So that's kind of interesting. How do you feel about Claire and her? Like, do you see her moving up any tiers or anything like that?
So this is going to be a very interesting question. So it's not only the effectiveness, it's also her refined as a flashing blade, just like wing sword. So it's literally a blue wing sword. But Claire is in a little bit of a worse situation than Sheeta, because Sheeta is red and most armors are green, and Claire does not really have the best stat line to duel the red armor who is Zelgius and the blue armor who is Effie and some others like Harden. So she might have some trouble against them, and we're going to look at that, but it's possible that we're going to reevaluate our entire lance here because we're looking at more developed builds and stuff for them. Personally, I think Florina is really, really good with a new build I gave her. But anyway, that's for the tier list jam this Saturday, by the way.
There you go, done. Every time that there's new updates and everything like that, the tier list gems are pretty fun. Head on over there. You can get to see what goes on behind the scenes with everyone and ranking all characters and just talking about it, which is very cool. So yeah, go check that out. But yeah, she's pretty decent. I mean, like I said, nothing to write home about. Is she worth the Divine Dew? That's questionable. It's all up to you guys.
The thing is, this is the thing. I think this is best for Arena Assault, but logically for Arena Assault, you might as well just use a bunch of heavy spear units. You might just use a 4-star S like you're doing.
Right.
So it's kind of unnecessary to spend Dew on it, honestly.
Right. Yeah, I was doing the calcs yesterday and the day before, and I'm just like, why spend the 20k feathers when you could just make like a 4-star Est that can just do the work exactly? Slap a breaker on a 4-star S, and you pretty much have your Ramphaya Claire. But anyway, everyone plays the game differently, so there you go. Let's leave it at that. All right, so let's talk about Camilla's axe. All right, that's exciting, right? Camilla's refinement. She gets a little boost with what is that? Camilla's axe gives a self-goad if a cavalry or flyer is nearby. That's pretty exciting. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and the refine gives a go to them as well, so she buffs herself and them, and it's pretty good, except for me personally. So I was really looking forward to her refine because it could have affected my arena core because I use Camilla in my core. But I run her with 2 infantry dragons, so this literally does absolutely nothing.
Gotcha.
It's kind of personally disappointing. But if you run her with at least 1 flyer or on a Fire Emblem team, this is really, really good. And she also scores more now because she has a personal weapon. So it's
no
very
doubt.
decent.
It sounds exciting. It sounds exciting for her as a character, but like you said, it's pretty situational in your aspect. So excited for that. All right, now let's talk about Corrin. Corrin has a new Yato skill. I actually have a 5-star Corrin, so I'll put that on screen. Corrin, I've been collecting a lot of Corrins, and they're okay. I mean, they've been collecting dust in my entire barracks over here, but like he's got a refinement with his Yato. that allows him to pretty much give boosts to like support units. What is that? It's like, okay, so it grants pretty much all stats +2. It looks like if a unit is within 2 spaces of support partner, it grants all stats +4 to that ally during combat. And I heard that it's stackable. If you have Corrin and then another Corrin and like they support the same character, obviously, like you can super buff that person. Is that how is that gonna affect that?
But at that point, you're running 3 male Corrins in your core or whatever, and just fooling around. I mean, this is not. I mean, this is fun, but not really practical.
Wow. I can totally
so yeah,
see it
it's
now.
his ally supported partner. So it's just one unit that's gets this super buff. I mean, yeah, it's pretty solid. Personally, I still prefer Mark because he has a drive buff to everyone, and you don't really need to build around it. And he also has the dragon effectiveness and the renewal, so I kind of honestly prefer him. But this is solid, like not something I would spend due on. I'm honestly a little bit underwhelmed with all of these. Camilla has a more personal reason, but overall, I was more excited about the last wave of refines, frankly.
I agree. I think Yato on paper sounds really cool, but again, it's very situational. Unless he's actually part of your arena core and you got a +10 like 5-star Corrin, I mean, I don't really see it being into too much use, considering if I would ever use Corrin. I mean, you could see my build right now for Corrin, Armor Slayer with Axe Breaker. He's like a hard counter for like Hectors and Vectors. So I don't know. He's it's interesting. It's good either way that he finally got some love, because since the beginning of the game he's been like overshadowed by every other Sword Lord. So it's good that he's got something, but at the same time it's questionable whether or not you want to spend the Divine Dew on it. We're gonna put it out there, right? Put it out there. Okay, so let's continue on with our updates over here. We're going to keep on looking to see what else we can talk about. We talked about those in detail. Tap Battle. You can earn hero merit now. That's pretty interesting. That's your favorite mode, right, Roman? You love that mode. You play it every day.
Absolutely no. I mean, I have to say they made Grand Hero Battles free now, so you can just grind hero merit there rather than in Tap Battle, which I feel is more of a time waster.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how to feel about this.
It's interesting. It's something better than nothing, so that was pretty interesting. Rival domains, now it's going to be a lot easier to play rival domains, so they're just making the game like a lot more accessible. Now the enemies will no longer attack immediately after warping, which was one of the criticisms that a lot of people complained about, because it was really just you do your turn and some of your units get killed, and then they do their turn, some of their units get killed, and it just keeps on going back and forth because of all the randomness in the teleporting. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And of course they're randomizing, or actually they're not randomizing the enemies, and the brigades will include 40 characters instead of 20, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, we can move on to free stuff. Let's talk about free stuff. Roman, did you enjoy logging in the other day where you just got a whole bunch of awesomeness? You got 13,000 feathers, you got a bunch of badges, you got a free 4-star Takumi. Wasn't that like a nice treat?
Yeah, I mean, it is a free Takumi. You have to spend feathers to get that close counter from him. I think these badges and stuff, they are the equivalent of, because new players get 4-star versions of the first heroes now, and you get basically a compensation for that, the equivalent. So yeah, I mean, it's nice. Badges are, I don't know how worth of a reward that is, but yeah, free Takumi is great.
Oh, absolutely. So all of you guys that are playing, you guys have access to a free Takumi. Of course, it will cost you 20k feathers in order to get a 5-star to give his close counter off. Or of course you can use him, because I'm pretty sure that Takumi may be used in some, I don't know, free-to-play guides, because now he's a free unit. So just think twice about giving out his close counter to someone. Make sure you don't like have that skill inheritance regret and you gave it to someone, you're like, oh man, I wish I hadn't. So do your research on who to give that to, because that is a very, very premium A skill in the game. You don't want to have that regret. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. 13,000 feathers and a whole bunch of badges and shards. Why the heck not? One of the other things that happened now is if your hero gets KO'd, you'll absolutely keep your experience and SP. So that's really good, especially if you're in the training maps. So that's exciting. You can kind of see movement. I haven't actually done this yet. Roman, have you done this at all? Like to see the movement?
No, actually, I haven't. It seems largely cosmetic, so I wasn't that keen on turning it
Yeah.
on.
I thought that, like, from the looks of this, like, you can see exactly where they're intending to go, which would completely break open the game. But that's not the case. It's just cosmetic, so really nothing to worry about that. Okay, so what else we got? We've got simple option, changes for new players. Okay, we talked about all of the Esker Trio being at 4-star. We talked about the new music, that you can turn that off. I mean, just smaller quality of life things. You guys can look into it for further detail, but what I really want to get into right now is I want to get into the new banner. And I know a
Well,
lot of
there's
people are excited for these characters. I personally haven't played Genealogy, but if you guys are excited, go for it. Hey, we got some new blood right over here. I remember seeing the trailer, and the thumbnail for the trailer showed Lean over here, and I totally thought it was like an alt of Tiki. And I'm like, nice, another dragon. Looks like a dancer dragon. But then it was just Lean, and I'm like, okay, whatever, sure. So, talk to me about this banner. Talk to me about this banner.
One quick note before I start with this. They also sneakily added a sealed falchion option for the old falchion users. The weapon that the mounted Crom is using, they can now access that. They didn't even announce that, but
right. And so we all have a masked Marth, so you can use masked Marth to inherit the sealed falchion. So that's pretty great. I don't know if I'm going to spend the Divine Dew. It's kind of at a discount. It's like 150 Divine Dew, but yeah, that's definitely something. It's a good idea. All right. So
let's talk about the banner.
Yes, let's talk about the banner. Tell me everything. Tell me about Ares. What's he so good? He's what? Eldigan's son. It looks like he's going to be a cavalry sword unit, as if we need more of those in the game. And he's got a preferred weapon and some other stuff. So let's talk about what makes him special.
Okay, so as you said, he's a mounted sword user. He has a weapon called Dark Mistletoe, and yeah, he is Eldigan's son, so he's a little bit similar. He has more base stat total. He is, if I recall correctly, faster by about 6. He has, I think, 35 attack. Actually, I have this open. Why am I guessing? So 36 attack, 40 HP, 30 speed, 33 defense, 18 resistance. So he's another one of those middling speed, high attack, high defense, low resistance sword cavalry, just like Crom and Sigurd, actually. So yeah, nothing too new stat-wise, but his weapon is very interesting, Dark Mistletoe. It accelerates his special trigger, just like a killer weapon, but also, if the special triggers before during combat, grants special cooldown count -2 after combat. So this does not work with Gale Force, but it works with area of effect specials and also in combat specials, obviously. So if you give him like Bonfire, and I've seen people suggest Vantage on him because after the first combat, if he's hurt, he's just going to activate Bonfire every time he's attacked. I'm not sure that's that effective. It works against green units, not even all of them, but it mostly does. But against red, it's not as... I mean, it's not going to always kill them, and that can get dangerous. So this is solid, but I don't know. I'm not like that crazy about it. So we didn't really consider placing him above the other, like Sigurd, because they can also use a Slaying Edge and be about as good. But for non-arena content, like Tempest Trials or something, this is really useful because he will decrease his cooldown for stuff like Ether all the time, and that's really nice.
Yeah, he seems pretty decent. I don't know if it's worth pulling as far as my my orbs go. I'm kind of on an orb drought right now. I need some more orbs. So anyway, let's talk about Lean. Lean is a sword infantry dancer, very similar to Olivia, arguably better. He's got Safeguard, which is kind of like Berkut's Lance, but it is the defensive version of it. So if the foe initiates combat, you're going to get defense +7. And Safeguard Plus is an inheritable sword. So I see a lot of people saying, hey, you know, give Safeguard to some really heavy defensive armored sword units and watch their defensive stat go through the roof. So that's interesting. She's got Dance, Firestorm Dance, kind of like Performing Arts Azura, but it only gives plus attack and speed 3 to the target. And of course, Sword Valor, you can't have enough of those Valor skills. So in case you guys missed out on I don't know, any other units that have a sword valor. Now you've got this one. So I would say like she's definitely worth pulling for. What do you think about her? What does she do differently as far as Olivia? Because everyone's got a free Olivia. Why would you want to spend orbs in order to get lean over just keeping Olivia?
Honestly, I wouldn't say that it's really worth it. She's faster and less bulky, but most people, as you said, have Olivia and don't really, unless you really need like 2 or 3 or 4 dancers, and you need 2 red ones, and you just don't have any of the others that are admittedly way harder to get.
Right.
It's like, this isn't really offering anything too exciting or new, except for the sword, which for many people, a refined Wudao or Slaying Edge is still preferable. So
Sure.
I don't know, it's not. I hate to be a downer, but she's really nothing too new.
Right. So it's okay. Like you said, like if you're in need of another dancer, I like collecting all the dancers. I think the only dancer I'm missing is Shigure. So I mean, they're helpful in arena assault in case you need like someone to get another turn or get the heck out of there, hit and run. That's pretty interesting. So let's talk about Ishtar. Ishtar may be arguably one of the best characters on the banner. I don't know. She's pretty interesting. She's got some pretty decent artwork, according to Roman. Roman loves the artwork.
No, I don't.
And so she's got Mjolnir, which is great. Mjolnir gives you plus 6 speed during combat if you initiate. So what is that? Darting blow, built-in darting blow. You've got Moonbow, Swift Sparrow, so even more speed if you initiate. So that's effectively like a plus 10 speed. So that's really good. She's got Vantage, and then wait, go ahead.
Okay, so I have to be a downer again a little bit. So
okay, fine, go ahead. Let's hear it.
So as an infantry blue mage in the current metagame,
sure.
Red enemies have low resistance. You will kill them anyway. She has 34 attack, and the others have 36 attack. Like, her competition is pretty steep here, just as far as attack stat goes. And you will one-shot most reds. That is not a special thing for her. But looking at blue enemies, you have Novi, Fjorm, and Effie. These are the most common blue opponents. Effie cannot get doubled and runs for Kutz's lands. And Ishtar might really die to her. Novi is problematic, but possible to overcome, and Fjorm just one-shots her back. Because the harder you try to hit Fjorm, the more likely you are to lose. And so, like, I don't really like Mjolnir being a slaying tome, because Ishtar has basically no bulk. So she would, like, you would have to run her with infantry pulse things or quicken pulse. But even with quicken pulse Moonbow, these matchups are not that good for her. And she would, in order to run a tome like this, I think it would be better to be enemy phase and bulky. So ironically, one of the best users of Mjolnir would be Reinhardt.
Right. But like you can't, it's not inheritable, right?
I know it's not, but ironically, her ward, Reinhardt, who is said to be the second coming of the Crusader who used this tome, would be the best user of it.
That's
I find
ironic.
just funny. Maybe there's some intention behind that, but I don't know.
Right. So
like,
yeah, like
on
having
her,
the
I don't
insight.
think it's that good.
I would say that having the insight of like who her matchups are, like how you describe that, yeah, it doesn't seem like the best. But hold on. But wait, there's more. I didn't get to talk about it yet. Here we go. Odd Attack Wave 3. Check this out. There's a brand new type of skill. I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'll necessarily pull for an Ishtar just to have this skill, but at the start of odd number turns, grants attack +6 to a unit and adjacent allies for 1 turn. Bonus granted to unit even if no allies are adjacent. So you got to think about it. If you're going to start off your first turn and you're in range of the enemy, which on some maps it's possible, but most of them not, you'll get that +6 attack bonus. Very cool. But then the next turn, you just gotta like stall out a little bit and then wait to attack on the third turn when you'll get that attack bonus, which is, it's kind of interesting. I'd like to see how it plays out, and I like the addition of it. I like the idea behind it. So what do you think about that?
I think this depends both on playstyle and on your score range. If you fight a lot of armors, then you can kind of have an easier time manipulating which turn you're really engaging them.
Right.
But if you, like me, and baiting ranged threats on turn 1, you don't really need this, because you might just as well run a spur or a drive. and then you won things for turn 2 because that's where most of my combat happened. Like either turn 1 or turn 2, I want a buff, and then I won't have anything until turn 3, and I won't have it for turn 4 either. So it's kind of like, for me, I think there are a lot of people where this isn't going to do much, and they would still prefer drives or dual spurs or stuff like that. So yeah, but this is kind of a qualitative argument, and for many people it's going to be different. So it's kind of hard to talk about it and awkward to tier.
Right, just a little bit. And then, like, if they make an odd wave attack 3, maybe down the line they're going to do an even attack 3 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of beast units in the Fire Emblem games were using like odds and even turn stuff. So maybe that's kind of paving the way for beast units, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be. All right, so yeah, that's the banner. Mjolnir isn't a hammer; it's actually magic. What? Infinity War. Oh wow. Faye, the owl, starting to not feel so good. Anyway, let's move on. What else do we have? We got a Noe banner. In case you guys want to make a +10 Noe, go for it, right? You can potentially get what, like a Ryoma. You get Dorcas, and yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, I think we're good with that.
You can get Infantry Pulse Fodder for your new Ishtar.
There you go. Infantry Pulse off of Dorcas. Great skill. That's very premium skill there. Man, I've seen a lot of those like arena defensive teams where they all have Infantry Pulse and they have like their specials in like 2 seconds. And it's very scary.
With Lilina, that's insane, man. Like Lilina, Sonya, those are the kinds of nuclear mages that just
really. I have not encountered that. That sounds amazing. What are they like getting glacies or something? Just like explosion?
I don't. But with how hard Lilina hits, it almost doesn't matter which one it is.
Oh my gosh.
Those are the teams that get a lot of wins instantly. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that's what I have to invest in. I just got to get rid of the Dorcas that's collecting dust on the bench. And I just got to work on an Infantry Pulse team with mages.
Well,
and so
Marisa has it. Like, you probably have 2 copies of her, I think.
I do. Wow. Okay. So there we go. Building that defensive team 101 with Roman here. No guarantees on wins, though, right? Oh, gosh. All right. What else are we talking about? Let's talk about Grand Conquest, your favorite mode in the game, Roman. I know you like this one. We can't even really show you what happened, but I'll show you in a nutshell what happened to me. This is what happened to me. I was on Team Anna, and like nothing happened. I didn't win anything. It was bad. So we had one area controlled with Team Anna, go me, and yeah, there's that for you. And then like I was trying to save my my lances for like the last 2 rounds or something like that. And then I ended up falling asleep because the last 2 rounds are around midnight, man. I just fell asleep and didn't use them. So I didn't get to GC tier 25. Let us know how you guys did and what you guys thought of Grand Conquest. But overall, I mean, it's a mode. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think I had a very similar experience to yours. I basically went to bed in Europe and we had maybe 12 areas, and I woke up and we had like, I don't know, 6 or 7. But with how they changed the reward tiers, it doesn't even really matter how many areas you have, because like even with 7 areas, I think I only got 1,200 feathers less than the maximum reward or something. Like the difference is just not that big anymore. And I did reach tier 25, and after that I just didn't play anymore because I hardly care. And I auto-battled it entirely on Inferno. So it was, I don't know. I mean, you already know I'm not that excited about the mode. Other people feel differently, but I'm not too into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel it's just too random, and I feel like the cooldown on the lances, the quest lances, that's too long. I mean, you wake up, you got 8 lances, right? So, okay, you're just going to spend either the 8 lances on one thing to get it over with and done, or you're gonna kind of go to like little areas and try to help out. But then, like, unless you set an alarm for like the next like 8 hours and come back with all these lances again, like, what's the point? And then you're also relying on people who you can't talk to, and you can't choreograph. Okay, well, this little area over here is 50%. You know, let's head on over there and let's spend some of our lances and let's get that to like 60 or 70% so that we don't lose it on the next round. There's no way of communicating that. People online try through like Reddit Like, oh yeah, here, enter your Outrealm number. Oh yeah, I'm 6042. Yeah, what are the odds of someone else being in 642? And then if you are, that's just you and me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just not something that's conducive with the game mode. And it's a little upsetting, right? Sure, you can get an area count of 5200 feather reward, but like me, I got 3,000. Okay, like you said, there's just like what, 1,000, maybe 2,000 more feathers. The rewards really don't matter, but I guess it's just doing it for the sake of doing it. That's kind of how I feel. And I don't mean to be down on the mode, but I don't know. You can't even choose your team. You can't do anything like that, and it's just like super random. So I wish this mode would just not be here, to be honest.
Oh man.
Right? Sorry, I feel a little salty about it, and I gotta let it out. It needs an overhaul,
fine.
man.
I don't like it either. I could complain about it for an hour, but you know.
Yeah, it's something. But you know what? Hey, you get some rewards, right? You get some sacred coins, which is pretty great. So I missed out on 4 sacred coins. You get some orbs, and you get some badges and some other stuff. So that in and of itself, a route of getting rewards. I'm fine with that. But like I'm the competitive kind of nature person, and I want to like win, but I can't win in this mode because I'm dependent on everyone else.
At least we got a free 2 copies of a unit out of it, which is more than I can say for tap battle.
Yes, that's exactly right. So those of you guys who have played that mode, you potentially got your own Kaze. Let's talk about Kaze as a unit, right? Let's talk about him. So what's so special about Kaze, and how does he fit with everyone?
The most special thing about him is his weapon that you can take off of him and put it on a better dagger user.
Okay, so he's pretty much a dagger fodder, barb shuriken fodder. Is that how you
I think he had something else actually, but yeah, barb shuriken is basically the non-seasonal version of the weapon seasonal Takumi had. It's a slaying dagger, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
you only get 2 copies of him, so all of you guys that loved Kaze and Fates, all of you guys that made sure to A rank him before whatever chapter that was, so you didn't lose him. That's awesome. So Kaze's in here. I like his artwork. I feel his artwork is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does I was gonna ask you, like, how does his stat line? Where do you see him being placed as far as the other dagger units?
He's I was just about to bring it up. He's very resistance focused, so very similar to Felicia and Sakura, but he doesn't get boons, so that's kind of a problem. Like, he's very fast and has resistance, and his attack is actually not bad at 30. But of course, the physical bulk with 17 defense and 34 HP. I don't know. I mean, against dragons, he's completely helpless. Of course, he can do other things. But again, compared to other daggers, he's very similar to Sakura, but she gets boons. But he has.
And those of you guys that like Attack Smoke 3 on defensive teams, you can absolutely fodder him off for that. That's a premium skill, I would say. Was that only on like Brave Lynn? I remember.
Yeah, it's only on her.
So that's interesting. I would do that if you're into that kind of stuff. But yeah, pretty interesting. So yeah, thanks for bringing up Kaze. I almost forgot about that guy. Just going off on a tangent about Grand Conquest.
But exactly, that is exactly the thing, though. I don't really like how this character is just introduced without any fanfare or focus. Like, if you get a character in Tempest Trials, it's a reward. You have to play to get it. You get to use that unit and grind hero merit already immediately. You get a stat bonus. It feels pretty like when we got Finn, it felt pretty decent to have him there. But with Kaze, it's just sneakily shoved into your barracks, and you never really look at him and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, here's hoping that somehow in the future we'll have some sort of item that will allow us to add a merge onto any unit. I mean, that would be kind of cool. But like you said, he's locked at the neutral stats, so that doesn't really help him all that much.
Yeah. You also don't get a 5-star copy, unlike with Tempest Trials, so again...
Right. We didn't even get a 5-star copy. Or like 3 of them or something like that. That would be cool to have 3, but that's okay. All right, moving on. So let's talk about some free items. We got some orb deals for the month of May. Raise your hand in the comments if you guys are planning on spending some of that money in order to get some pretty cool stuff. It's let's take a look right over here. We've got the May edition orb promo. That's some free 60 of the sacred coins. That's great. That's a premium currency that you don't get too often. So yeah, if you purchase some orbs, you'll get a small bonus amount of orbs with that. and then you'll get the 60 of them. So yeah, I'll totally pick this up a little bit later before my next summoning stream. So I think that's pretty great. I love that they're finally cashing in, literally cashing in on people like every month. Just saying, hey, you know what? If you want to buy orbs, here's a little something extra for you. I think that's an amazing business practice, and unfortunately, it took them like a year to figure that out. So, anyway, that's pretty decent. What do you think? You gonna be picking that up with your thousands of orbs that you've been stockpiling?
They literally don't let you buy orbs after you reach 999. I cannot buy this.
Really? After you reach 999 orbs, they don't let you buy anything.
Yeah, you cannot buy orbs after that.
Must be nice, Mr. Orb Man over here. That's hilarious. Okay, so other than that, what free items do we get today? We've got a whole bunch of the shards and feathers like we talked about. Yeah, so I'm good on that one. They also made sure that the movies? The movies don't play anymore upon summoning? What's up with that? Why is that even a thing?
Well, I mean, it was pretty annoying every time you summoned a male Robin or a Camilla to see the same movie over and over. So that's just removed now, and you can still watch those movies in the menu, but it's not going to, bother you anymore every time.
I like those movies a lot, and I was pretty upset after like the first banner. Like these are like the flagship characters off the first banner. After the first banner and they added a new banner, they didn't do any more movies. Like.
Because it takes up a lot of space, like a lot of space.
Like, are you talking about on the actual app itself? These movies take up a lot of space?
Yeah, it's a lot of data that has to be stored. Like, it would be very unfeasible to do that for all banner units, right? It's just not. It would be a big waste of space.
Got you. All right, well here I'll play this one for you because Camilla's your favorite unit. That one's for you, dude. So yeah, I love the movies. I'm a sucker for them. I don't care about space. I would have loved to seen like a lot more movies, and maybe you can like archive them. I don't know, but it's gone. It's not ever gonna happen. That's really what it is. Oh, summoning Tiki. What? There's a Tiki movie? Oh, dude, Tiki got a movie. I've only seen it once, and I don't even remember. Like when I got Tiki the first time, I didn't know how rare she was. But yeah, all of you guys with young Tiki, dude, that's awesome. All right, so let's talk about the demotions, right? So Roman, let's talk about who got demoted more recently, and why is it good?
So from the what was it, Wings of Fate banner, it's Shigure, and that's pretty good. Like people are hoping for Kana, maybe you were hoping for Kana, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Shigure has ward flyers at 4 stars actually, so you don't even need to spend feathers. And he also has basically the Wudao lands.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's really nice. We have 4-star access to both of these now. And he's a very good unit in his own right. Very similar to Cordelia, so that is a good demotion.
Yeah. So that's pretty decent. Those of you guys that spent a lot of money to get Shigure during that banner, well, now you got another opportunity to get even more of them at a lower rarity. So that's pretty great.
I didn't even mention darting stands, but there's a reason I didn't mention it.
And what's that?
And that one is 5-star locked, so.
Gotcha. Okay, so Harmonic Lance, that's something that everyone can get now. Do you see any units wanting that Harmonic Lance so bad?
Well, I was looking at a lot of low attack, high speed units that you usually look at when you consider Wudao and swords, and there are a couple, but it's not units you really often recommend, like Sully, maybe Jagan. It's usually have to weigh it between Harmonic Lance, Moonbow, or Glimmer, and Iceberg Slaying Lance. So yeah, it doesn't make that much of a big difference. Only very few units are marginally improved by it, from what I've seen. Maybe there's something I've missed.
Gotcha. Okay, so other than that, what's that? I'm sorry?
If you're making a thematic Oboro and you want to give her a Naginata, there you go.
Done. So to date, we have a couple demotions, right? We've got Soleil, Athena, Seliph, Erica, Male Morgan, and Seth. For green, we got Bowie, Titania, Soren. For blue, Reinhardt's not in 5-star anymore?
Nope.
What? Holy heck. All right, well, that's news to me. Reinhardt, La Rochelle, May, Claire, Lucas, Roderick, Oscar, Matilda, Tail to You, and Shigure. And then for colorless, we've got Lachesis, Klein, Sothe, Lucius, Rebecca, Priscilla, Leon, and Nana. So that's good. We talked about it on our last podcast that the summoning pool has been adjusted a little bit. But at the same time...
I think I know why this is in the notes. I think the point
why?
of this, and I saw a thread about this on Reddit, is the amount of demoted greens.
Which is none, which is like 3.
Yeah, in the entire lifespan of the game, from 5-star to 4-star, there have been exactly 3 units in green.
Okay, so what do you...
And this is like an additional small disappointment that Kana wasn't demoted, because she would have been at least a 4th one, but she still wasn't, so we still don't have any more demoted greens. And that's kind of becoming a joke, like a running gag.
Yeah, I would have loved it if Kano got demoted. That way, you know, I don't have to pull a bunch of Fae units all the time, and maybe I can get... Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, man. I was going to say, I thought, like, Myrrh was demoted, but no, that would never happen. Anyway, so no, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. Like, only 3 green units, so that's interesting. All right, so other than that, we got a Grand Hero battle happening very soon. So tell us a little bit about that, and what can we expect?
Well, it's Julius. That's all they announced.
Got it. So Julius. And then who is
the
he?
14th,
And for those of us who have not played Genealogy or anything like that, tell us about Julius.
Oh, it's Ishtar's husband. Very important antagonist. Very powerful. Yeah.
That's it. All right.
Very similar to Leon, basically.
Gotcha.
So there's that.
So we'll have to take a look at him a little bit later. Maybe on the next podcast we'll go over him. But yeah, I think that's it. What else did we not touch on? Anything that comes to mind?
I don't know. I mean, this update was not that big. There are no new modes to talk about. We've discussed Grand Conquest because we didn't last time. We talked about the new banner. We talked about the refines.
We got the brand new story chapter. Raise your hand in the comments if you guys already beat it. But no spoilers. I haven't touched it yet. So there's a new chapter for Book 2, Chapter 9, entitled Hellfire, where I hear that there's going to be some new original characters inside there. So no spoilers, but you can see from this little shadowed image here that a lot of you guys can tell that they don't recognize that person. I remember in the trailer to the latest banner, we saw some interesting looking character. And that may or may not be this character in Chapter 9. So go check that out. Of course, along with each of these new chapters, a lot of you guys have an opportunity to get a lot more orbs. And at the same time, do some quests to get even more of them. I will be live streaming the entire chapter a little bit later on. And it'll be pretty fun. So be sure to join me. So yeah, I think we talked about everything.
Abdallah is very, very slow with these. He only played the previous chapter 2 days ago. So this will take a while.
You know what? I'm going to do it today. How about that? I'll do it today. No, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Because I want to see what's going on with the chapter. What's going on with the Bride of Blick and the Rite of Frost. What's going to happen? Are they going to shoot down Surtur's defenses? I don't know. Find out next time on Fire Emblem Heroes. So that'll be pretty interesting. But other than that, I think we covered it all. Talked about Grand Conquest. We talked about Tap Battle. We talked about the refinements, demotions, all the free stuff that you got. The new arena. Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you guys think about all of this stuff. Of course, in the comments. We'll jump to question and answer, Roman, unless you got something else to say.
I think if we had missed something really egregious, you would have pinged me about it already.
Oh,
but
sure.
That's not happening. So.
All right. What is this? Hero catalog changed slightly. Says bestest friend Joe. I don't even go into the hero catalog. So.
All right. Oh, I think they have. I don't know if that's what he's referring to, but they have fixed Hinoka's animation so that it's now working properly with that flip she's doing in the catalog. It's now actually in the game.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get her, unfortunately. I spent like 200 orbs chasing after her, and I didn't get her, so woe is me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that's kind of cool. I mean, I guess you can go over to them and you can see kind of whatever animations. If you like press and hold, you can see them do stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, she had like a air flip animation in the catalog that wasn't showing up in actual combat, but now it is.
Okay, well that's good.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. That's, I wish I had that unit. A flying archer. Come on, man. Forget Reyna, dude. Forget Reyna. We need Hinoka.
Of course, now that I mentioned that I wasn't being pinged, now I get pinged 3 times in a row.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
So, yeah, I think we're good on that. Let's go to question and answers. Roman, if you want to gather any kind of questions, comments, feedback about the whole brand new update, if you want to grab that from Discord, I'll take a look in the comments and I'll take a look on Twitter to see if you guys have anything that you guys wanted to say about this. So let me know when you get something and we'll go from there. But other than that, I think we're good. We talked about it. Now's the time to focus on you guys and what you guys have to say. So let us know what you guys feel about this brand new update. Did you guys like the refinement? What do you guys think will happen on the next one? All that fun stuff. Let us know. All right, let me go back home and let's take a look. All right, so here we go. We got some. I got some tweets over here, which are great. So thank you guys for using the hashtag. All right, so Peter says, won't be able to make it, hashtag FEH Podcast, but what's your favorite hero of the new banner and your favorite new features of 2.5? And also, I got an Ishtar and 14 orbs, hashtag, or parentheses, sorry for bragging. Oh, wow, 14 orbs for Ishtar, congratulations, dude. My favorite new hero off the banner, and then you can tell me yours, Roman. I think I know yours. Mine's Lean. I would really like a dancer, like another dancer, because it doesn't hurt. And my favorite new feature of 2.5, I like the enemy phase music being able to be toggled off. So, what about you?
I think I agree with the enemy phase music thing because
Yeah.
the other updates don't really impact me much. But this is like when they return one of those really good Grand Hero bells with the really nice music that I like maybe from older games, I will appreciate this.
Gotcha.
My favorite unit on the banner, a little bit hard to say. I just don't find the banner very enticing. Like it's one of my favorite games, and just like with the Thracia banner, I'm a little bit let down, honestly, especially in Ishtar. So, and Lean is to me a character I didn't even really know about her because she's like
Right.
a Generation 2 unit and a dancer that I didn't use. And Ares is pretty cool, but nothing really new unit-wise except for his sword, which I hope Eldigan gets as well. So the most exciting thing here actually is the chance that Eldigan gets a new weapon soon, in a couple months.
Yeah, because you got like 100 Eldigans, right? Trying to pull for Aira that one time?
Yeah, I got like 8 Eldigans and about 250 orbs or something when I went for Aira and no Airas. So that
Nope.
was crazy.
Good times, good times. All right, moving on. We got another tweet here from Matthias. It says, hashtag FEH Podcast. What are you guys' thoughts on arena meta currently? Like how armors are ruling over and everyone's using them, which makes the battles too predictable and not fun because they are the only way to stay in tier 20. People might want to use other units they like instead. What do you think about that?
Oh, sorry, I was reading another comment that I actually liked and want to point out. I don't want to.
Oh, no worries. Here, well, I'll answer that one. Talking about the meta and how the meta is pretty much a lot of armors, at least in the upper tiers of the arena. There's a lot of armors because they're high BST, etc., etc. I think that's fine. You know what? This is how the game pans out. It's what it is. So you just got to figure out the way of countering
it actually
them.
is easier to compete up there because like okay, there are ranged units like Tharja and Lin, but your own units are plus 10 as well and have such high defenses.
Yeah.
It's only made more difficult that you have to get used to double rallies instead of having reposition, and you don't.
Right.
I mean, okay, there's armor march now, so I don't know. Like it's easier to compete up there.
Yeah, armor march is a little scary when it comes to that, but if you know how to play the game, you can separate the armor marchers, unless everyone's got armored march, and then it's a little bit more tough. But I don't know, you just gotta do what you can. Do what you can,
And
because
you
all the
yourself
people that
have
you're
it.
facing right now, everyone that you're facing, that's their defensive team.
Your own
so-
armors have it, so it's not really. And what I wanted to mention, like I was actually corrected, and I agree. I was mentioning Reinhardt as the best user of Mjolnir, but there's also the Valentine's Lin, who is, I think, better by quite a bit for this. But it doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, I missed out on Valentine's Lin. That would have been a really cool unit to have. All right, you said you found a comment that was really good? What do you got?
That was the one I want, but I'm getting pinged dozens of times right now. Like I have to. I think I shouldn't have pointed this out. So okay, have you brought up the odd turn skills? What are your thoughts? Yeah, I have actually talked about it. I think you can. When the video is uploaded, I think I've gone over very detailed what I think about that. Oh, we can.
Yes.
There's probably a bride banner coming soon. On the 30th, it was last year, so that's something
Okay.
to look forward to. I'm a little bit disappointed that there's no schedule uploaded. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe they'll put something like that. There's no schedules up, but hey, you know what? Like, I'm gonna take a hard pass on this banner here, and I'm gonna save my 100 orbs for the possibility of a Hero Fest banner, right? Hero Fest could be happening sometime soon. You're talking about like a bride. Maybe there's gonna be some grooms. Maybe Marth will finally get his alt that we've been hoping for. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. I've been waiting for a Marth alternate version. Maybe he's the next legendary hero because it's going to be a sword and water element most likely, so that would fit pretty well. But of course,
I was totally
since
calling
I'm
that, by
expecting
the
Marth,
way.
it's
Like,
going
as
to
soon
be
as
Corrin.
Lyn was announced and like all the backlash with the community, like I think
Yeah.
that they're like, all right, fine, we'll succumb to your to your wants and we'll make Marth the legendary. Yeah, dude, I called that, man. It's gonna happen.
It's going to be Corrin, just to disappoint me a little bit more.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, he doesn't. Male Corrin doesn't have an alt, right? No, he does. The New Year's one. Dang it. Never mind. That would stink.
Okay, so I don't know if you have more questions because I'm getting a ton.
Okay, so read who said them, and then go for it. You got some good ones. We got like
Okay.
a good 5-6 minutes.
Okay, so Toshima is pinging me about Ishtar's art. I think I've already talked about it. I think she just looks too young. There are
Ishtar's
much
art?
better artworks, I think. She just looks... I don't like it. Best candidates for the free close counter. Valentine's Lyn. There are red mages, like Sophia is pretty good with it. Henry is pretty good with it. As for greens, there's Bowie. I'm probably forgetting someone, but from the top of my head. Advertised Tearless Jam again. Yeah, this Saturday. I'd have to check the time again, but maybe Abdallah can put it in the description. But yeah, this Saturday we're doing a Tearless Jam on the Discord server. Join us. We're in the voice chat and talking about the new units, how we evaluate them, the whole team. And you can comment and throw thoughts at us. There's been a new update to the mass calculator. Now you can put in multiple challengers, multiple
That's
units
good.
on your side. That is an amazing update. And yeah, this is going to go down on Saturday, and I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, it'll be fun. When you were talking about counters or close counter candidates, Halloween Jacob, man, that's what I would love to see.
All right, I forgot about him. See, that's a good idea.
That's scary, man. That is really scary with that brave bow. Ugh, yuck. Or does he run a better bow than brave bow?
Yeah, or slaying ball. He can run many things.
Oh, he's
Thoughts
too
about
good, man.
sixth Lyn? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
God.
let's
If they
take a look
do
at
if
another 2 tweets here.
Oh.
We've got this one's from Butterfly Girl. Hashtag FH Podcast. With the idea of Kaze, I hope for reruns of some Tempest Trial units as quest rewards without needing to make a Tempest Trial just for the rerun. That'd be cool. But then again, that's just giving away units. Like, Intelligent Systems isn't going to give away just units like that. And then
You
who
mean
are they going to pick and
copies
choose out of which
you mean
ones to give away?
Copies
What do you
of
think?
like Tobin and stuff. Like maybe, I mean, someone on Reddit posted a decent idea that you can pull like a hero soul or something you can use to merge other
Yeah.
units. So that would be decent. Like it's really silly how there's been no chance to get Tobin since last June. I think that's a bit much.
A little bit. But I mean, here's hoping. Like we mentioned earlier, here's hoping that something will happen with that. Here's another one from Joshua on Twitter. FEH Podcast. Personally, demoting some of the units from 4 to 5 star to 3 to 4 star is nice, but I believe that they should demote some of the 5 stars to 4 to 5 stars. Which unit do you want to see? They've done that, haven't they? They've taken a lot out of the 5-star
They
pool.
have not demoted any 5-star exclusives. They've demoted units that are 4 to 5 star, but not anyone who is 5-star exclusive.
Oh, gotcha.
Except
So
technically
I
Takumi.
misread that. All right. Well, who do you want to see demoted from like the exclusive 5 stars?
Well, I can think of Mist and Jafar.
Okay, so Mist and Jafar, that makes sense because they definitely don't need to be in there.
Yeah, that's a terrible pull, honestly. Nowadays.
Carol? Carol doesn't need to be there?
Yeah, Karel, yeah, Saber, Luke. Luke used to be valuable for Panic Ploy, but that's a seal now, so I don't know.
Right.
And
who else?
Saber has Shield Pulse, and that's pretty cool to have. Like, it shouldn't be such a rare skill.
I'm just like looking through here at these 5 stars and seeing like who would be pretty good.
Yeah, maybe
I don't know, Hinoka.
Maybe like Leo, maybe original Lin. Like that's just among red. So
Sure.
Sanaki.
Like, what is female Morgan doing in 5-star? Even though male Morgan got demoted, like, why is she there?
She's a flying mage, the only one in the regular. That's pretty unique. I think she still
Yeah,
deserves
I guess for a specific class.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Like, does Rajat need to be there?
Who? Sorry.
Rajat. What's her name? Tharja's daughter?
Oh yeah, Raja definitely doesn't. Like she has distant counter, but distant defense. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, sure. And then there's Olwen. I think Olwen has no business being 5-star exclusive.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of people in the pool that are still there that we'd like to see get out.
Or Innes. Innes should not. Like he just come on.
And why Nana? Why is Nana still there?
Well, no, Nana is very recent. Like she's 4 to 5-star already.
Right, but she's not 5-star exclusive only. Got it. All
Yeah.
right.
She was demoted to 4-star. So that's...
Here's another question from Aaron. Aaron says, hashtag FH Podcast. What did you think of the Wings of Fate banner? Did you like that one? What was that was pretty decent.
We have discussed that last podcast, right?
Yeah.
I think I've talked about. Haven't I talked about Hinoka there? And
I think we did.
Shigeru. I think you should watch the previous podcast. I think we go pretty much into deep detail about those units.
Absolutely.
And if you want to hear my thoughts on more on this, then you can join a Tears Jam and ask me anything.
Did I say Tharja's daughter? It's not Tharja's daughter. It's what's his name? Hinata's daughter, right?
It's what was his name? It's that wind mage. Wait, no. What are we talking about?
Rajat.
I'm kind of lost right now. What unit are we talking about?
No, I'm talking about Rajat, the green mage.
Oh yeah, she's Hayato's daughter.
Oh yeah, Hayato. I forgot that. Okay, they're the same. Rajat and Tharja. I got them confused, so forgive me.
Yeah, but they're from different games entirely.
Right, but their names are anagrams of each other.
Yeah, I know.
So you can see where I could get confused about that.
Yeah, sure. Tharja's daughter is Noir, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, what happened? I don't know. Anyway, let's. Okay, so you got any more questions? Because we're about to end this thing. I'm getting a little tired with all these Fire Emblem kids.
Okay. I think I do. I would have to. Like, people want me to talk more about Ishtar's art or the arena changes or why I didn't mention Saizo for close counter. Or
well, that's okay. Well, there we go. Saizo for close counter. Go for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, are they ever going to update daggers so they have built-in close counter?
Well, not all of them would benefit from something like that. Saizo is a good candidate, but not all of them are.
Yeah, let me know. We'll do one more. and then we'll call it a day.
Okay. Do you have any?
No, I don't have any. Unless I'm looking at the comments over here, but we're not really talking too much about the questions or concerns or comments about it. Give me one more from the... Unless you guys have one in the comments, we'll take one, but we're going to end it off after Uno Mas. Why does Rajat look so similar to Tharja, though? That was like, because Tharja was super popular in Awakening, they wanted to like pay homage to her in Fates by making a unit that was just like her, anagram of the name, just like Gaius.
Yeah.
Gaius is popular in Awakening, so they made Asugi, which is another anagram of the name. And wasn't there a third one, Roman?
It actually took me a while to notice Asugi, but because that looks like a real name.
Oh, yeah. There was a third one, I remember, but I don't know who, but...
Oh, man,
anyway.
what's that?
Okay, let me know if you get one, because I'm going to sign out.
Someone will probably tell me right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, here's a good one. This is from Mume in the comments. Since they added different color archers, they could add different colors for other weapon types as well. Yeah, they've already shown that they're going to do different color daggers. So,
yeah, someone just told me. It's Kaldori.
Kaldori, that's right. Cordelia and Kaldori. Yeah. I love Kaldori.
How could we
She's awesome.
forget?
So what do you think about that? Who is going to be like the next colored archer and or colored dagger unit, right? Think about it. Who's missing?
Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn. There we go. Lynn is going to be a dagger unit. The next legendary dagger unit, Lynn.
Summer Lynn. Summer Lynn in a bikini with a dagger. And the dagger is like a melon, like a stick.
Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have you can have Lynn emblem, and then you could tap over to the next page, and you'll have second Lynn emblem. And then
Yeah.
the next one, you tap over a third team, and you'll have another Lynn emblem. And all your teams
Lynn
are just
with-
going to be Lynn. That's just what it is. So.
Lynn with
Hey.
some blue flavored ice cream is going to be the next blue dagger. That's going to be great.
Sure. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for our podcast. We had a great time hanging out with you guys live. If you guys have any more questions or comments or any kind of feedback, feel free to let us know in the comments or, of course, tweet at us with the hashtag FEH Podcast. Yeah, tier list jam. When's that happening again? This upcoming Saturday?
Yeah, okay, let me really quickly tell you the time exactly.
All right.
Okay, so it will be at 2 p.m. EST or EST, I don't know how you guys pronounce it,
Sure.
at the East Coast. 6 p.m. UTC, 8 p.m. Central European Time. Yeah, so there you go. These are the times.
you
It's
go.
in the Discord server. It's a great time, and I really, really hope to see a lot of you guys there.
Yes. And this Discord server link can be found where, for those of them that want to find out?
Oh, you can find it on the Fire Emblem Heroes Reddit subreddit. On the right side, there's a sidebar, and you can scroll down to see. It's not that hard to find. There are not many links there, but yeah, that's the main Discord server. It's really big, and there's a special channel called Wiki Tier List Jam, and that's where we are.
Nice. Okay, yeah, go check it out. It's a great time. There's a lot of thought going on into ranking all these characters on tier lists, and it's really cool to, show the data. Show the data of, can this person effectively take care of this threat? And how do they do it better than these characters? It's a very fun time, so go check that out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for another installment of the Fire Emblem Heroes podcast. Thanks again to Roman. You're still in the background, right? Hey, dude. Don't forget to say goodbye.
I'm still here.
I don't want to cut you off before Roman gets a chance to say goodbye, right? Anyway. So yeah, go ahead and take a look at even more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We are not going to be summoning on this banner, but stay tuned. We'll summon on the next one or whatever gets announced. Hopefully we get another calendar. But of course, if you guys want to watch me play through the brand new chapter, you guys can click on that subscribe button. And of course, you guys see me do that very, very soon. So click subscribe, turn on your notifications, and go from there. Playlist on screen over here, newest video on the channel, recommendations there. Shout outs to Roman and his team for always being on top of the latest research. So Roman, say goodbye and sign us off, man.
Well, thanks guys for writing the notes, and thanks Abdallah for letting me be here an 8th time. It was a great pleasure, and see you guys next time.
All right. Have a great day and good luck on your future summonings, and we'll see you in the next one.